Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop role-playing games overall, and 2019 innovations I am hoping to see. 2019 innovation hopes of Scott Garibay. All right, so one of the hopes I would really like to see is a brand new tabletop role-playing game innovation. We currently don't have this. I would really love to see it emerge within 2019, and that is the 360 skins. Okay, so what is a 360 skin? Well, a 360 skins are huge in video games, right? So hey, here's this thing, but here it is in black, and here it is in yellow, right? So a 360 skin for a tabletop role-playing game is taking an established, successful tabletop role-playing game. And this would only be applied to two criteria, okay, for tabletop role-playing games. One is Dungeons & Dragons. Dungeons & Dragons in tabletop role-playing games stands in its own column. It's not really compared to anything. It is the top dog, right? It is the wolf of the dog world, right? And then also all system series. System series are games that the rule systems are so strong, other tabletop role-playing game designers have come in and created entire additional new freestanding core rule books using those rules. Fate is a system series. Powered by the Apocalypse is a system series. Blades in the Dark, which is called Forged in the Dark, is a system series. Okay, so system series are strong enough. They have enough sales overall, right, to, in my opinion, support 360 skins. So what are 360 skins? 360 skins are a complete redo of art. So it's a new publication of the book. You reprint the core rule book, okay, but with a brand new cover, okay, and brand new interior art. All interior art is brand new, and it's all done by one artist, so that the whole book is one cohesive, beautiful, illustrated, cohesive whole. Okay, and basically we could take cues from the comic book world, and I think every Dungeons and Dragons and every single system series could have one of these 360 skins, right? And I can think of 4 360 skins right off the bat that could be applied to Dungeons and Dragons and every system series. So here they are. Okay. And I'm just going to use the artist's name, but it's because of their style, okay? And their style can be copied, right? So you wouldn't have to get this specific artist. You could get any artist that could do this style, right? But they have to be really good. Don't have moderately good artists doing 360 skins. But every single one of these artists I'm about to name, they all absolutely have counterparts who are close to them, if not as skilled as them, okay? So the first one would be a Ken Lashley skin. Ken Lashley is absolutely amazing. He does work for Marvel and for DC, and his style is crisp and evocative, okay? He's got you can tell exactly what you're looking at. It's similar to a Jim Lee style, but just really powerful and evocative, crisp, evocative art style, okay? The next one would be Mike Krahulik from Penny Arcade, and he's not within the comic book industry, but he's a powerful, skilled artist. He has a very cartoony style. It is almost like a little bit of an overtop, exaggerated cartoon style, right? So you could have a Krahulik skin. The next one is a Sienkiewicz skin. Sienkiewicz is one of the he did most of his, I think he did work for Marvel and DC, probably back in the 80s and the 90s, but he had a really outlandish, almost psychotropic style. By the way, I'm not a drug dude in any way. In fact, I've never been intoxicated in any way in my entire life. I'm a teetotaler. But Sienkiewicz, when you look at his art, you're like, maybe some substances were used when this was made. But it has this really, like, what am I looking at? Oh, wait, I see it, and it has this really outlandish, almost modern art style. So Sienkiewicz would be another type of skin that you could apply, okay? And then, so you have Sienkiewicz, you have Krahulik, you have Lashley, and so you have all these different art styles that, oh yeah, last one, Alex Ross, okay? Alex Ross is a painting style. All his stuff looks like paintings that belong in the main art museum in your city, like in your metropolis city, you know, like Philadelphia Art Museum, the Met, you know, like those kind of places. So, you know, a Ross skin, a Krahulik skin, a Sienkiewicz skin, a Lashley skin. You could do this for Dungeons and Dragons, you know, and you could drop these every 6 months, right? And I think these would really be awesome because they would give people another excuse to buy the same books. And I think this is helpful because I think who would buy these are Sotropogs, right? So Sotropogs are software tabletop role-playing game players, dungeon masters, and designers. And there is a ridiculous amount of them, right? And I think they're really untapped within tabletop role-playing games because really tech is just blowing up like crazy right now. And basically what you would want is you would want to build just an excuse for these Sotropogs to just buy your book over and over and over again. Now, what's the point of a Sotropog owning, you know, like 4 versions of your book? Well, one of the reasons is the basic version that came out first would be given away to people who might not have the resources to purchase, you know, a nice hardback. And so, you know, while the Sotropogs are getting these nicer and nicer, more lavish and more, you know, wonderful versions, those older versions essentially would be given away. I do this myself. When I get a better version or a new edition, I will give it away. The only exceptions to that are Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, no, even those. So I give Dungeons and Dragons books away all the time because I'm very fortunate. People give me Dungeons and Dragons books at this time. If they come across them at a garage sale or anything, they'll snatch them up because they know I have a collection. And so what I do is I have 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, 5E for Dungeons and Dragons. I also have the same collection for Shadowrun. And whenever I get a new one, whatever is the worst copy, I give it away for free to a friend. And then often they'll try and they'll run that game, right? Or they'll have an edition, a hardback version that they can use when they're playing in somebody else's game. So I really think this would be a really awesome, really nice 2019 innovation. It's a 2019 innovation hope for Scott Garibay. I think it's a commercially viable product because, you know, it basically, again, the reason I think this is commercially viable is Sotropogs. I think the vast majority of people buying tabletop role-playing games today are Sotropogs, and they have such deep pockets that the tabletop role-playing game industry is not doing a good job of getting their money, right? It's just like, and especially like when I look at markets like board games and video games, they just do such a better job of getting the people who are interested in those hobbies paying more money for them and investing more money in them. So now, you know, I don't think that anybody who doesn't have money to spend should be, you know, raked over the coals for this, but you know, owning 4 copies of Dungeons & Dragons, I'm telling you right now, for Sotropogs, it would not be a problem. So I'm really hoping to see these this is a 2019 innovation hope of Scott Garibay. Let me know what you think of the idea. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful day. Take care.